Aloha and welcome to the 10th annual I Teach 808 Empowering Hawaii's Teachers in Technology Conference, sponsored by the Augustine Educational Foundation and Sacred Hearts Academy. My name is Derek. I'll be facilitating this session. We are so honored to have Noah Myers join us today and share his experience and expertise through a 90-minute presentation named Canva, 10 Tips and Tricks. Please be aware that we will be recording the session, and if you don't like being recorded, you may consider turning off your camera during the session or reviewing the recording afterwards. The recording will be made available on YouTube and shared on iTeach 808's website a week after this event. Without much further ado, I'll turn it over to Noah.
Thank you, Derek, so much for that gracious introduction. I'm so psyched to be here. I love I Teach 808. The people here are awesome, and it's a great opportunity to hopefully inspire others through little things that I've learned over the years. So today, I'll be talking about Canva. I love Canva. It's been such a help in my teaching, in my life. I've dabbled with Adobe Photoshop since I was 12 years old or whatever. I'm no expert in it, but I like to use it, to Adobe Lightroom. And the only problem with that is Adobe's expensive. If you're lucky enough to have a subscription, that's awesome. But unfortunately, not everybody is so lucky. So what's awesome is that they have allowed us, or Canva has created a solution for that. Canva, you can do a whole bunch of stuff with it, but it's kind of like an easier version of a lot of those Adobe content creation applications, but for free. And they make it a lot more user-friendly. It's not nearly as complex and confusing. It's a lot more easy to understand and digest. So without further ado, if you want this presentation, you can go to this bit.ly link. I'll copy it and throw it in the chat. And it should prompt you to make your own copy of the presentation so you can have these Google Slides. Hello, Heidi. I'll throw it in the chat one more time for you. Thanks for showing up. Here's a link to the presentation. It will prompt you, hopefully, to make a copy of the slides to yourself, so that you can have this and reference it later on. Sorry, I got a tree trimmer outside, of course. But yeah, let me know if you're having trouble getting that. Otherwise, let's continue on. So this is kind of like the part 2 of the Canva stuff that we do. Part 1 is a getting started. It's a real introduction to it. Just some of the basics. You're so very welcome. If you want to go check that out. I'll throw this, it's available here in the presentation. All you do is go over here and you can see it right there. But this one kind of extends from that one. So let's go and dive into it while we're here. Here's just a quick overview table of contents today. We're going to be, I'm going to show you how to save time with templates, because you don't always have to start from scratch. If the wheel has been made, let's use it. How to borrow from others, how to visualize data. There's some shortcut availabilities. Shortcuts as in like keybinds. So if you press Command C on a Macintosh, you can copy something. But there are some specific shortcuts for Canva. How to edit specific elements, collaborate digitally, which is honestly one of the things that I love the most, especially as a teacher. How to record and edit videos. You can even go live on Canva, which is pretty cool. You can use free music, free images and video, and you can even, check this out, edit and convert PDFs on Canva. So it's a huge bag of tricks. So let's start with templates. On Canva, there are thousands of templates. If you were to scroll through them, it would take you all day. So fortunately, there's a search bar which saves you Saves yourself a lot of time. Um, and if you find some favorites, you can add some stars. It makes it easier. It's like a list of favorites rather than a list of everything. Um, if you star everything, just be careful what you put on your stars or your favorite list. And you can always go back and edit it later. Um, because as you can see, thanks, Laurel.
It's
All
true.
right. So, sorry. A lot of the things are available over here. A lot of people call this the burger, uh, the 3 bars, whatever you want to call it, the sandwich. So you click over here, you can check out the templates. There's specific templates for whatever you're wanting to do, whether it's business, social media, video, marketing. A lot of people like us like to start with education. You can do presentations from Canva. Infographics are really helpful. Your students can use these for their presentations, or if they're doing a research project where they're trying to present information and data. And something that's not just like a basic bar graph, like they really spice it up. You can put titles, text. So let's take a look at that. Maybe their project is to create a pamphlet or some sort of banner that they have to use for a social media campaign or something to convince their reader to do something, right? Or just to let people know about stuff. Um, this one's topical to the recent 5 years or 3 years. I don't even know how long COVID's been around. It just feels like forever. This one's pretty cool. So let's take a look at this. So cool. I found something I like. It's by Cardio Studio. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. It's 100% customizable. So meaning that if you see here, you can customize this template and use it to what you want to do. If you really like it, you can add it to your stars. I'll do that for us. Yay. And I can go and customize it right here. So just because it's a template doesn't mean I have to stick with what they're saying. I can change whatever I want on there, from the text to the picture. There's a picture over here. So they really went all out in making this looking fancy, enjoyable to the eye. It'll catch your attention. So you can go and delete whatever you want. You can remove these watermarks. You can add more. You can change their colors. It is not limited to what they've done. This is just like a starting point for you where a lot of the work's already been done. But if you want to change the colors, you can change it over here. You know, I don't know why you would want it to be blue. So add this guy over here. Wait, go back to that element. See? So you can copy it, bring it forward, add it to the front. It just kind of depends what you want to do, but this is just like a starting point for you. Move it around. You can change its transparency. There's all sorts of things. And this is kind of like your toolbar, pretty typical to any kind of application, whether it's Google Docs or Canva, something like that. You can find the different things that is available to you up here. You can edit it, all kinds of stuff. And it'll give you suggestions too. They're really helpful with that. They don't just leave you in the dark. So first time you log in, you'll probably get a little tour of the different facilities and options available here too. But that's kind of a little bit about the templates. And as you can see, I can kind of even resize it, make it bigger, which is kind of weird. And now that's looking a little strange, but hey, it works out. But yeah, see, this is pretty complex stuff. You don't always have to be really complex. You can keep it simple, but it's nice that they give us a really fancy thing over here to work with. The red looks terrible. Let's go back to this. Let's try a lighter color. You can even change all if you want. Go to a specific color palette. So let's pick something. It's not going to go with the theme by any means. So they're looking at kind of like a lighter pastel-y sort of look. I'm going to go for a really faded green. And yeah. Sorry, it didn't go. So that changed the middle one right there. So this is a pretty cool little template. I'm glad I started. It's available for me. I'm not going to do anything more with this. I'm just going to leave it alone. But it's there in my favorites if I want it. Oops, sorry, clicked the wrong button. So for me, there's also other kinds of favorites you can look for. It shows your recent stuff, but yeah. That's a little bit about templates. Saves you time. Don't reinvent the wheel if the wheel is already there. Tip 2, you can borrow from other templates. So just like how I just said, they're fully editable with customizable graphics. You can copy elements from one Canva to another, which is pretty cool. So let's go back to that one I was just working on. We'll go to this guy over here. I'm going to customize this one just for fun. So I'll look at this guy. There's one thing I really like, the one that I was just working on. I'm going to copy it and go look at this guy. That's pretty cool, but just wanted to throw something else on there. I can paste it with Command V. That's what I just did. It's a typical copy and paste command that you can use on your keyboard for just about anything from text to imagery. It just depends on what you want to do. But that's pretty neat. It recognizes it. You don't have to be on the same exact thing each time. And if I wanted to copy something from over here, I like this leaf. Command C on a Macintosh, Control C on a PC. You can also look at the shortcuts right here. And I want to throw this somewhere over here. You can paste with your 2-finger click or your right click on your mouse, or you can use the command. It's up to you. Cool. Went over. Kind of matches. Sort of like it. Maybe I'll throw it up here. Oh, fancy pants. All right. But yeah, that's just a quick demonstration of how to copy back and forth, and it's really helpful. You're not just stuck to one screen and have to recreate something. You can throw it from another. There are all different types of data, ways to present data in here, which is what I was mentioning earlier. So if we go back to our home, I'm going to close these other guys so that I minimize my tabs. There's not just Google Docs anymore, not just slides. You can do so much more on here than you can do elsewhere, just because of the vast amount of tools that are available to you guys on Canva. So if you're just to look up Venn diagrams, for instance, there's tons, and it's not just the typical 3 color ones. You can even like label it, put some subtitles, different ways to visualize Venn diagrams, kind of like this one. But if you're to look up other stuff like bar graphs, lots of different colors and variations available to represent different types of data. You can look up pie graphs, not digraphs, graphs, and so on and so forth. I gave a couple of other flow charts, strategy maps, pie charts. But yeah, just whatever kind of data you want to visualize and present, there's a whole bunch of templates available to you here. I kind of like this one, so I'm going to start. And again, you can use this template. Oh, this is with the some of them are free, some of them are not. So they get you in some places. That's how it's it's amazing. Some of this is free for Canva, but not all of it is free. Let's see, is this guy free? Yeah, cool. So I can go and mess with this, customize it. I'll talk about the different pricing availabilities for Canva later. Just I'll touch on that towards the end. But yeah, so you can go and change It shows you, it's kind of like updated from an Excel file, a CSV file. So if you have your own specific CSV, say you did a survey in your class and you have all of the data in an Excel file, you can upload it here, or you can just mess with it here. So if I wanted to change one of the things to 25 to like, I don't know, 30, that doesn't quite make sense. So I have to bring this down to 5. Oh, it's by number. It's doing the that's pretty neat. It's doing the math for you. It's connecting the percentages automatically. We'll make this 90 just to really mess with it. See what happens. So D over here has changed quite a bit. And here's where you can like label the different pie chart sections. So D, oops, you would probably have to add in a text here. So I can show you that in a second. But yeah, really nice way to visualize your information so that's more digestible. So I was talking about shortcuts before. You wanted to add text, you want to add a line. These are common things that you're going to be doing a lot in Canva. You want to add a rectangle. There's a whole bunch of different keyboard shortcuts. So if we go back to this guy, see, I already got too many things open for Canva. I'm going to close a couple of tabs. I want to add some text. So I just press T. Hey, look at that magical text. So D is element. I don't want to be caps lock. Element D. I want to change the font a little bit. Open Sans is pretty cool. Let's do global indifference. You can change it from bold to not bold. The size will probably have to come down a little bit. And you see how it has these guiding perforated lines, these dashed lines as you're moving stuff around. Kind of like how it does in Google Slides. It'll help you to align things like that. You can even add effects. It's really, there's a whole lot of stuff that you can do with it. I'm going to go back to none. And if you want more options, there's stuff here. This is where you go from like all capitals to no capital or to regular. Yeah. So there are different, you can always just Google keyboard shortcuts in Canva, and it gives you a quick list of the different things that's available to you. I'll throw this in the chat because this is really helpful. And the reason I like shortcuts is it saves you time. You don't always have to like go and search for something if you know how to quickly get to it with a keystroke. Super helpful. And there's a lot, depending on what you're doing. There's a desktop app for here too. So if you wanted to download that, it's available on the Canva homepage, which you can see here. The app is helpful. It has more power than your browser version, but it does take up a little space on your computer. But I think it's a worthy allocation of data, just because it's more powerful, lets you do more things. Doesn't necessarily have more, I guess, features. It has a few things that you'll notice, but yeah, the browser one is fine. A lot of people like working with the app though. So yeah, know your shortcuts. I showed you how to edit specific elements. You pretty much just click on it. You can move it around, do what you want to it. Cropping, flipping, animating. You can even make something into a hyperlink. So say,
Oh, Noah, so sorry.
yo,
When you get a chance, could you go over those shortcuts one more time really quickly? Like, that's so cool. I didn't even know, I've never seen those shortcuts before.
yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Let's go back to the shortcuts. All right. So undo is probably the coolest thing I know a computer can do. So let's go mess something up. Oh no, I deleted it and I clicked out of it, so it saved. I want it back. Ah, Command Z. Said Command Z. Hey, it's back. So that's a cool shortcut that you can do. It's available on all kinds of apps, whether it's Canva, your websites, your word processors. If you wanted to add rectangles or lines, not too sure what magic commands are, but that would be cool. Let's try that out. So E. All right. Let's go explore, shall we? Whoa, that's cool. So this is something definitely specific to Canva. Learn something new every day. And this is where, whoa, that's cool. You can do just about everything here. A lot of the tools that are
How did
available
you
on
do
the left is right there. So this one on a Macintosh is Command E. So if you press the Command
Oh,
key and press E, you get a whole lot more options of things to add here. So
I-
let's put a star.
wow. I needed this.
I know, right? This saves so much time. And I wanted to hyperlink it. So we can throw this star to I teach 808. We'll pretend that you guys have a website. I think you do. Oh man, what is it? Hold on. Yes, I had it correct. So copy that link address. I'm going to throw it in to this star and it's there. So whenever somebody clicks on it, it's going to actually take them to your guys' website. Pretty nifty. Let's see, let's go find one more shortcut. You can add an empty page. Say you want it, you're doing a presentation, and you can add a space where people don't have to look at something. There's lots of different reasons you might want to do that. One that I use for a lot of different stuff is select all. Sorry, I'm going to close this. So if I want to select everything on this page that I have right here, I press Command A, and all of the elements on the page are now selected. This is an easy way to mess things up and delete everything all at once. But the cool thing is you have Command Z. So you go back to this guy. I think you have to select it first before it works. And it's all back. So that's pretty nifty right there. But yeah, if you wanted to change everything, maybe it's like a color, I don't know, that you wanted to change for every single element, you can delete, you can do that. I've never tried the navigate toolbar. Let's try it out. So Command F1. Thank you. I think it's pretty nifty too.
Thanks for scrolling through them all, like just to see that they have those options. And
Yeah, it's nice.
yeah. So they have one for Mac. And did you see anything for not Mac?
Oh, yeah, no worries. Canva, Windows short. Let's not.
There it
I
is.
guess it would be Windows shortcut. So this is specific to Windows, but it's showing me Mac because I'm on a Macintosh. Ah, help me out. Stop assuming things about me. But if you're on your I'm on a Macintosh, so it's only going to show me that, unfortunately. But if you're on a Windows machine, it would show you it right here. Unfortunately, mine is not helping me out right now. It's limiting me because it knows too much about me. But yeah, that's how you know the specific Windows shortcuts, because Windows keyboards don't have command, they have control and they have alt. So yay for different types of computers. It's so fun.
That's great.
Can I pause for a quick second? Can we take, actually, you know what? Hold on a sec. I have a brain break coming up. So that's a little bit about how to do shortcuts. Thank you for mentioning that. It's probably going to change a lot as more features are added. So always, if you're interested, you can just Google it, you can search for it, and it'll show you different things that you can do. Yeah, that's a little bit about looking at specific elements. I'll do a quick little run through about text afterwards. But for right now, let's take a quick brain break, if that's all right. and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I just gotta go do something real quick, sorry. I gotta change locations, my baby is crying. Okay. All right, I am back. Apologize for the quick delay. Um, life happens. All right.
Congratulations too on your little one.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, he's awesome. He
So
is
cute.
he's chunking up right now.
That's good.
I didn't realize humans are supposed to look like marshmallows.
Yes.
How's your little one?
Oh, good. Everything is
Yeah.
dinosaur, dinosaur, T-Rex, T-Rex, dinosaur.
Ooh, I love that. That's fun.
Boys are fun.
Yeah. I wonder what this guy's going to be into. Liv's really into dinosaurs at the moment, so I don't know. But she just watches a dino show.
Love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
dragons. It's all about dragons. See, it changes every day. All right. I felt like I cut short a little bit on that last piece, so I'd like to go back and talk about texting. Not texting like your friends, but texting on this. So I'm going to add another line, and just T first was for the text. There's a whole lot of stuff you can do with text. This color is kind of atrocious. It does not go with the theme. So I'm going to go, if you see, there's lots of purple stuff everywhere. And I'm going to add it to the A section. And again, look at these perforated dashed lines. It's kind of forcing you to go to a specific place, but it helps you because now it's automatically going to be aligned with other stuff in here. Because when things aren't perfectly aligned in a graph or in a graphic, excuse me, it looks weird. And you know, you might want to go for that sort of off kilter look, but a lot of times it helps to be organized and aligned, so it's going to be automatic. So I'm moving it to where I want it to be. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because I feel like it doesn't quite fit. Oh, look, I got to move it one more time. And I'm aligning it with this line right here, which is aligned with all of these other lines. I got the color where I want it. If this were a longer thing, you can mess with the alignment, but it doesn't really matter because it's already where it's supposed to be. You can make a list. You can change the spacing if you have like multiple things in a list. You can add some different effects. Neon looks really weird. I'm going to go back to normal. And this is kind of like the word art from Microsoft Word that we used to mess with as kids. Hey, I can make it curvy. That's kind of cool. You might have places where that's necessary. But that's different effects. Animate, if you wanted it to fade when you're going through it, pan left to right as it's introduced as you go to it. And that's more useful if you're doing like a presentation, because you can actually do full presentations on Canva. It's really nice. That's just for the video or the effects that you're doing. I'm going to go back to no effects. There's page animations. You can make the whole page bobble up like that, which is pretty cool. And straight to the text. It's just kind of up to you. But I'm just going to leave the effects kind of alone. I think I did select something. And if I don't like it, Control Z, no effects. The position of something, and you can, this is more if you have a bunch of things. So you know what, I'll just make a list. Why not? It's not going to go with this at all. So when we talk about positioning, you have different layers on your graphic here. So if you go backward, and what was the shortcut for that? Sorry. Going backward is Command bracket on the left. So you can throw it to the back of something. And then other stuff that would be on top of it would cover it when you're done with it. So see how it's being covered by the other stuff? The pie chart and then the star. This is getting really messy. This is a terrible example. But if you want to bring it forward, it will bring it up to the other layers, because when you have multiple things, it's like a sandwich, if you will. You start with, you want your bread on the bottom and whatever else you want on top. When the thing that's on top is the thing that you're going to be looking at. So if you have your lettuce on the very top, that's all you're going to be seeing. So I want to bring this element, not you, oh gosh, all the way forward, because see, it can't even go more back. It's in the very back of it now. I want to bring it forward. It's the opposite. It's the next bracket over. So Command. And now it's all the way forward. So it's not being covered except by this guy. Actually, it's not being covered. Sorry. This guy is just the same color, so it looks like it's covering it. That's a little bit about the things that you can do with text. Again, you can make it a bullet if you want. That looks weird. You can make it transparent, which is kind of helpful. Like if you don't want it to be overwhelming other things that it's on top of, that would be pretty cool. Yeah. And if you don't want it to be messed with, which is kind of nice, you have it locked, you have it perfect, you're going to lock it. So in case you accidentally mess with it, then you won't be able to. But that's a little bit about what you can do with text. Super helpful. Lots of cool stuff that you can do to make it more interesting. Any questions about the different text options that you have?
Oh, a quick question. Are you gonna be going over apps? I saw on the left side column, they have like elements, upload.
Oh yeah. Yep,
Okay.
definitely.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, don't be. I'm just kind of going over some basic stuff for right now. Elements is all of the stuff, the content that you can kind of add to your presentation. So you can add videos, you can create your own videos. I'm going to talk about that later. You can add different graphics. There's a lot. Like stuff to just kind of make it pop. So I kind of think this looks cool. I don't know why that would go with your pie graph, but it's something that you can throw on there. But this is the content that you can add on there. Here's the different types of charts. Remember, we were starting with a template, so we didn't have to really look at this too much. But if you wanted to add your own stuff and start from scratch, this is how you do it. And you can even add a different frame, which is kind of weird in this situation. And some people add their own collections. They'll import stuff, which is cool. And there's a whole bunch of things, and you can narrow it down by the topics up here on the top too. X's for whatever reason. But yeah, that's the elements, and it's the building blocks of things that you can add on there, the different content that you can add onto your graphic. Thanks for bringing that up. So that's kind of that for right now. I want to talk about something that is super helpful for anybody who's working on a project together. We've seen this with Google Elements because you can add somebody onto Google Doc and you guys can both edit it at the same time. You can do the same thing collaborating on Canva as well. Oh, that's a good question. Everything on there should be available for you to use if you're adding music. So for instance, I'm going to get rid of this, sorry. Not graphics, audio. Everything that you're throwing on here should be available for you to use without getting you in trouble legally. Otherwise, they probably shouldn't be making it available to you in the first place. So I think that's how they get away with it and why they do it that way. But yeah, good question. If you see Pro next to it, by the way, unfortunately, you can't use it. I guess this is a good time to talk about the Pro. So I don't have, sorry, excuse me. I don't have it right now on mine, but they make Canva available for teachers. So Canva Pro for teachers. And they make Canva available free for teachers. You just have to get verified, prove that that you are a teacher. Otherwise, they'd be given away to everybody. You just have to make sure that you get verified, and there's a little process for that. I don't want to invite kids to my classroom, but it's available. You can make a classroom on here. I prefer using Google Classroom and stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Cool. I have pro things now. Oh, I guess I got verified. It's a quicker click for me right now, because I kind of already did the verifying process with my school. It's not too hard to do it with yours. It just asks you for like, you have to use your school email, pretty sure about that. And then you verify like your school exists, and there's a couple other things I wish I could have shown you. But yeah, and that's a good point to bring up, Laurel. When you add your students, they get pro for free too, which is pretty sick because otherwise it costs a pretty penny. It's not like super cheap, but it's not super expensive. They are competed with things like Adobe, which is really expensive. But yeah, really nifty, really nice, super generous of them. So now that I'm pro, I should be getting all of this stuff. Let me refresh. I'm gonna go back to audio, and I'm looking for audio. Sweet. That's kind of cool. Super education presentation, but I am gonna pause it. I hope that comes through on the recording. That was hilarious. But yeah, it's just like a background audio for your slide if you want to do something fancy like that. And again, that seems more like something you would want to do for a presentation rather than a graphic that you have, you know? Oh, yeah, I'm glad you didn't hear that. You just heard me responding to it. It's really weird. It was like a whistling ukulele track, which was, pretty cool. I can see it spicing up a presentation for sure. But yeah, that's a little bit about audio. Thanks for bringing that up, Laura. And I'm glad I got to share about using it for free as a teacher. Just make sure you do the verification process because you're missing out on a lot of features. More so the content, I think, because the features are mostly free. It's the content that's on there, whether it's like a specific graphic or the audio, as we've seen. A lot of this stuff would not be available to you if you were not a pro member, I guess. But yeah, utilize being a teacher and get free stuff. Did that help you out a little bit about the audio stuff? You have any more questions about that? Okay, cool.
No, that's really good. How extensive is the audio? Like, am I gonna get like the popular artists, or is it gonna be like general stuff? Like,
It's pretty general, like I don't think you're not necessarily gonna get anything by like top 10 artists. You know what I mean? So let's search for I was just listening to her.
Yeah, like how extensive is their music library?
Not very extensive. It's kind of like it's not top 40 kind of stuff. It's more like some general kind of basic background. Which,
Cool.
I mean, yeah, you can go figure out other ways that I wouldn't recommend to put popular music on there, but it's more just like background, generic kind of stuff. It's nothing that you're going to see on the billboards or anything like that. And you can make your own stuff too and import it if you want, but that just takes a bit more effort. But if it's really interesting, if the audio is stealing the show, they're also going to be maybe not necessarily looking at your graphics too. So just think about that. All right. So digital collaboration. This is super cool. There's a couple different ways you can do it. As you see on the top over here, it shows my avatar, my icon. That's me. I can share it with my class. make everybody available to this, which I probably won't because this is a terrible graphic. But it's one way to do it. So you would have to either have their name or their email ready. You can also share it here. So they make it available to you in a couple of different ways. And I kind of like going through this button here because you can connect your Google Classroom to this. You can connect it to an assignment that you have that's on Canva.
Oh, I
It's
totally forgot about that feature. Yeah, the Google Classroom. I've been uploading the PDF or like here's the JPEG. I forgot.
save
Do you,
time, dude. Save time.
would you be able to show us what it looks like when you click on that and how it
Yeah,
looks?
sure. Let's go through it.
Thank
So I would have to connect my Google Classroom. And this is connected on my personal account right now, so I have to go switch to my school account. Sorry, this is going to take a second. And then I'm going to go look at my computer science kids. And I can create an assignment, ask a question. It's Saturday, so tell you what, I'll ask a question. None of my students are on here right now. And the cool thing is the link to the Canva chart is already there. Super helpful.
That's so because you could
And you
collaborate
can,
with your students on like a design or
yeah,
a video.
yeah. So if you wanted to make a video on here and collaborate that way, I think a lot of teachers, from what I've seen, use it for like, if they are doing uh, a infographic or a pamphlet that they're using for some sort of essay or a project that the kids are working on, or something they want to throw into a presentation. That's a great way to collaborate on that. And depends on your class sizes. Like I have class sizes of 15 to 30 kids, so it's hard for me to collaborate with 15 other people. But usually in smaller groups or smaller classes, like you do a design class where you guys are working on a campaign for your cooking class, a culinary class, something like that. Maybe it's the menu, or like a graphics design class. So you guys are trying to make your new logo for your new class, whatever it might be. You can collaborate with other people, and it connects directly to your Google Classroom, which I know we all use because it's so awesome. But yeah, I'm actually going to delete this because I don't want to post it. But yeah, that's how to connect and share. Super helpful. You'll actually see the other people up here when they do log in. So Laurel, I'm gonna add you.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Shiro, right?
Hello, Cheryl at faculty. Well, actually, I don't know. It's gonna be on the recording, so maybe I don't.
Oh yeah, never mind. We'll keep you private. I'm the one on the recording. They're gonna email me. But yeah, that's how you would add somebody. And if you do add them, you're both gonna be showing up here, just like how you went on a Google Doc or something like that.
Sorry.
Dude, no worries. Your privacy is important. You can also download it, share on social media, print your design. I don't know of anybody that prints much stuff nowadays. I don't think I've printed anything in years. But yeah, it's available to you. It's pretty cool. Here's the song. I'm gonna delete it. Just be careful because I mean you can always rescind and take back any sharing privileges because you're the owner. Just be careful. Some people might try and sabotage your work, so just be careful. All right, we talked about audio, we talked about graphics. Now we're going to talk about videos. So I think this is a more recent feature. When I first started using Canva, I don't remember this being a part of it. But being that they are a graphic design sort of template thingy doing, and they're trying to be the easier version, the cheaper version of Adobe, and Adobe has their own video editing software, they wanted to jump in that as well. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to go back to my home. Bye terrible graphic. All right, so you can create a design here, and this is pretty cool. Like here's all the docs, the whiteboards. Say if you're projecting to a screen, presentation like how I talked about. You can make an educational poster. It surely knows that I'm a teacher, huh? All these education things. But what I want to make is a video, so an educational video. And this is a general stuff available to you. So again, hey, templates, we love templates. Woo! But I'm gonna try go from scratch just because I'm fancy like that. You can add elements to it just like how you would on the other stuff. So let's add, this looks kind of cool. Little fancy animation. I'm gonna cover the whole screen with it. And it's only for this block down here. So how videos works, it's kind of like a group of images, right? Is pretty much a video. So you have your first group of images, your first clip down here. You can add more pages or add more clips. Add some notes for you if you want to do that. You can see it in a grid view. So here's all of your clips. I like seeing it down here because, I mean, you're going to get a lot of stuff when you have a long video. But say you wanted to keep it simple. I'm going to add in to this page. And this is like animations for your thing, right? If you have videos already, that's cool. I'll show you how to do that. So on my desktop, oh, I have some clips. So this is one that I made on a filter in Instagram with my daughter, and it's pretty funny. All right, cool.
Wait.
And I can add my own videos on there, and it's hilarious. She's running for, I hope Instagram doesn't get mad at me for this, but I'll delete it after that. It's just an option that you can do, right? You can even record yourself. You can throw an audio that you've created or that you have, like say you have permission to use a popular song, Laurel. You can throw it on there this way and make your own video with it. But a lot of times you might get in trouble and the recording studio or whoever owns the rights to the song is going to come at you and say, hey, give me money. So just be careful. Make sure you have rights before you can share anything. You can record yourself, and this is really nifty. So if you just want your camera, or if you want your screen, so say you're recording, oh, sorry, I have to make it allowed. Give me 1 second.
I've never seen this before. How did you get to this?
Oops. Sorry, I'll go back. I have to say that I allow Brave browser. Oh, I don't want to do it. Ah! Should I run it? I'm running it. This is going to be terrible. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to share my screen one more time. It came back. Yay. So make sure your computer likes you before you do anything else too, yeah? All right, so can you see it just before I move on?
Yeah. How did
Okay.
you?
All right, let's do that one more time.
Oh,
So
sorry.
record yourself. It's in the uploads. I know it seems like it should be like somewhere else over here, but if you go in the upload, it should have its own tab, honestly.
I always
If you,
do that. I just always upload. I'd never even thought
yeah.
to take a second look. Oh my
And
god.
they make it a darker color so it doesn't pop out as much. I think if they did purple or another shade of purple, it would make it easier. So a design choice that perhaps wasn't the best. So record yourself, and before you record, it's going to ask you, you want to do camera and screen. This is going to be, yeah, this is doing the typical Zoom thing where you're looking at everything, right? So I'm doing a demonstration over here, but I'm going to not do that. I'm going to go to camera. Or if you just want to do your screen, and you can choose the source. Maybe you have like multiple different monitors and you want to do one monitor and not the other. But if you're doing like a walkthrough, a demonstration of how to do something, just like how you would see on like all the popular YouTubers, this is how you would put your face on the bottom. And then you can make it bigger or smaller if you're looking at this element. I said make it bigger or smaller. You can turn it off, you can turn it on.
Wow.
Change the shape.
Screen recording features.
Yeah,
Like,
super good
everything.
screen recording feature. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Oh, I wanted to get that other thing back. Where did it go? Oh yeah, so if you go up here, it's kind of weird. This looks like you, but it's not a profile, it's your camera options. And your microphone preferences, camera and screen. You can do a whole window. That's dangerous. But yeah, that's some different options for your recording. So I'm just going to record myself because I am vain. And I want to change this to a bigger thing. I'm going to put me in the center. I'm going to put some filters and effects, kind of like how you would on your favorite social media profile. Let's do heat wave. That looks terrible. Yeah, purple. Let's go purple. So it gives you a little countdown timer. All right, we are live. We are recording using Canva video, which is pretty nifty. I'm done. All right, save and exit.
Academy Award.
Yeah, I know, right? Then the Oscar goes to Mr. Myers, and then you can throw it on here. And this is where you would resize it, make it a little bit bigger. The cameras on your computers are pretty good, but they're not great, so it might get a little pixelated, right? As you see, this clip became a little bit longer because I recorded myself for 8.6 seconds. If you wanted to add more clips after this, that's how you would do that. But that's pretty much it. There are other options like you can send it to the back. So the animation that I created is on top of it. Bring it forward just like how you would when editing graphics. You can even crop it, which is pretty cool. So I don't want everything, you know. Hey, let me crop. Oh, this is how you expand it a little bit because this is the screen that you'll see, right? And this is all I want to be there. Now I've cropped it. You can edit the video, so trim the playback. So I don't want everything. I'm going to drag it over like this so it only shows part of it. All right, we can stop the playback. Hey, stop. I said pause. Sometimes you got to talk to your computer so they listen to you. I can make it a little bit more transparent so that the design in the back kind of pops through, which is kind of a nice feature. I don't know why you'd want to animate it, but when you get to this, you can start it like that. See how it's slowly popping through the video, which is kind of cool. And lock it as well. So there's a whole lot of other stuff you can do. I don't know why you would want that, but hey, it's an option for you. But yeah, Canva video. A lot of people don't know about this, just like how you said, and it's totally available for you. Great way to do demonstrations because our students, as we know, they connect to media a lot better than to anything else nowadays, just because it's so entrenched in their lives. So why not create your own media for them? Any questions about that before I move on to the next thing? Nope. Cool. You're the best participant. I'm glad I got to hang out with you.
Same.
Dude, I have nobody to give the gift card to. I just realized that. All right, so where were we? Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to use videos. I think my students have enjoyed using it to explain something. Like it's kind of like an Instagram story that they wanted to post type of thing for the classroom. But it's a way to make videos for free, especially if you use your education discount to get pro. So make sure you do that. Went over that. And again, if you really like this video, you can download it. I don't really like mine, but if you go to file, you can download it from here. I know it's available somewhere else, usually down on the bottom, but yeah, make a copy and all sorts of other things that you can do. And if your company has logos, you can do it here, which is kind of nice. All right, and that's about it for video right now. All right, so live. I think this kind of came out when we were all teaching in COVID, when people wanted to do a live stream, like how others do on YouTube and Twitch, Canva didn't want people going elsewhere. So they just like, hey, let's jump in this game. Let's make our own live. So you can present your screen just like how I'm doing now on Zoom. It's just another platform. So they would have to go to Canva Live and connect through there. For us, our stuff, I believe. No, I don't want to ask a question. Yeah, where did it go? They're always moving stuff around. I just had this open. Oh, I think I remember. All right. Where's my recent things? I'm sorry. Where did it go? Oh, it requires a presentation. Sorry about that.
Interesting. It requires a presentation. Oh, so because you're showing off
Mhm.
Canva. Oh, how
Mhm.
interesting. That's good to know.
So like you're doing a Google Slides to your class. It's pretty standard, right? So if I go back to my stuff, let's go make a presentation real quick. All right, let's create. No, I don't want that. Educational presentation, right? And over here, you click the present. You can just do kind of like how in the video, right? Your entire screen. You can record it, and it should show your face in it as well. And there's nothing on here, so it's going to show a blank screen for now. But yeah. How does that connect to live? All right, so we get. Oh, my bad. I might have to edit this a little bit more. I had this working last night. I don't know what happened to it. I'm sorry, I'm having issues with the live. It's something that was a little buggy when I was working through it anyways. But yeah, it's
Yeah, I wonder too if like the Zoom recording is like affecting the live.
oh, that probably is it too. It might
I
be.
trust you.
But yeah, it's an option. I feel bad now. But yeah, it's supposed to be an option. It seems a little bit buggy. Not everything. See, it's not in my presentation at all.
So we have about 15 minutes left.
Thanks for the heads up.
Derek. We're having fun and lost track of time.
Yeah, super fun. Oh, it's down here. Oh my goodness. See, I told you they move stuff around. So can you see my full screen?
Yeah.
All right. So once you go into presentation mode, that's why I was having a hard time finding, and this toolbar goes up and down too. So if you go into Canva Live, you can start a new session, and you have to obviously share this link with people. I'm not going to do it right now, but it's just available to you there. So again, you go present, and I'm still live. And sorry, my Zoom it shows that I'm live right now. I'm going to end it, but in your presentation, you'll see this little, like, it looks like a sort of a cellular sort of icon down here. If you click on that, your toolbar for live will come up, and that's where you would have to start a Canva live session. So it's kind of like Zoom or whatever, but it just has a little bit less features, if you ask me. And you can show a presenter view, so you kind of see what other people got, but it's just a little clunky. I'm going to stop presenting, so I'm going to go turn off live, so just give me 1 second. And that's how you would use that. It's just available. It's not the best presentation of a live kind of present, or not the best way in my opinion to do a live presentation, but it does work. So it's available to you. If you like it, use it. Otherwise, no stress. We just wanted to let you guys know that it is available. I prefer Zoom, Google Meet, Discord even is pretty cool. All right. This is something that you brought up earlier. Just to mention it one more time. Everything that is available on Canva is free to use. You will not get in trouble. So they wouldn't really want to offer it to you if it wasn't free to use anyway. But that's probably why they want to charge some money for the pro features. As you see, when I went from a free account to an educational account, a lot more stuff became available to me. It's like the content, you're paying for the content really. But yeah, it's royalty free. It's available for you. So this is kind of cool. PDFs are a way of life in the educational system. I know I've done lots of PDF things in my school. Yeah, Laurel, nice. So let's go check out the PDF stuff. It's pretty sick. Sorry, I'm a surfer. All right. I'm going to import a file because I have one already. I have a sample PDF. All right, here it is. So you can edit it. It shows. Get out of here. I don't want to see the help bar. Stop asking me. The different elements. I want to zoom in a little bit because it's hard to see kind of what's on here. Again, you can add things, design elements, make it spicier. Put a cola can on here. No idea why. This is going to have to be a little bigger. Actually, yeah, the ellipses is already there. You can edit the text. You can edit the titles. You can add elements to it, make it look cooler. And yeah, it's just like you don't have to pay. Again, they're trying to be like Adobe, more or less. You don't have to have Adobe Acrobat Reader and pay extra to have that. You can do a lot of the stuff on here that you would be able to do on there when you're creating a PDF. I saw your hand go up. You got a question? You good? Okay. And when you're ready, save it, download it. So let's take a look at this download. You can download it as a PNG. That's kind of cool. I want to do a PDF because a couple of things. There are different types of PDFs, and I found this through printing pictures and whatnot. If you're to do the standard one, it'll look fine on a computer. But if you do PDF print, it's going to look better if you have to print out, like if there's a picture on it or something. If you have graphics and you're going to print it out and share it with other people. make sure you do that one. But I want to save it as another PDF. Flattening. It kind of compresses it a little bit. It makes it look better that way. So that they can't really go mess with independent elements later on. And if you're wanting it to stay the same and let people not mess with it as much, I would recommend doing it. If there are notes for it, you can include those too. You can select only 1 page or 2 page. It's up to you. But you download it, and then it'll go to wherever you want your downloads to go. But yeah, PDFs, super powerful, super helpful, and available for you on Canva now, which is pretty sick. I'd recommend importing your own PDF, but if you have a graphic, so let's go back home. We can work with this guy. And I want to download it as a PDF. I just go to the downloads, and it's going to suggest a video because there's animations that I put in here. But if I want it to be a PDF and make my own PDF on my own design thing, that's one way to do it too. It's a little bit longer, but it works. Other than that, yeah, that's kind of it for Canva. Stage 2 of our Canva explorations. Super helpful for teachers, super helpful for anybody that wants to do graphic design stuff, video editing. You can even go live. And you can even do PDFs on here, which has really been helpful. And again, it's free for teachers, so you don't have to go and pay for all those fancy programs. It's available to you, all of the content, all of the features, and it seems to just adding more and more as the days go on. So use it, utilize it, make your life easier, make your life look better. Canva's there for you. All right, any questions, comments, queries, considerations, conundrums?
How often do you use Canva yourself, or like what has been your students' response to it? Actually, we only have like 3 minutes. Oh my gosh.
I know, I talked a lot. I use it whenever I want to get graphical. I use it for social media. If I want something on my class website to pop, I'll use Canva. So it just kind of depends what I need. I find myself using it weekly. A lot of my students are much more into graphics than me, so they use it daily. A lot of them use it for social media, not for class, which is whatever. At least they're getting experience and learning new skills. But they've enjoyed it. They like that it's free and they don't have to pay for it because, they don't have to go ask mom and dad for their credit card. And there's so much features that are helpful for them, valuable for them, not just in school, but outside of school as well. So they use it a lot.
That's cool. Yeah. No, I think Canva is like the greatest, my most favorite tool the past 2 years since the
Same.
yeah,
Especially since the pandemic. Oh man, it was so useful when we were all just sitting at home.
yeah, I feel like a professional with the things that I'm able to produce nowadays. I use it every day, Canva. Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Noah. That was an awesome presentation.
Thanks.
Very comprehensive, and balanced and interesting and engaging. And thanks for adding in the humor, because we know 75 minutes is a long time on a Saturday morning, but we thank you so much for your time. I got to sit in on this session.
Yeah, it was so awesome to hang out with you, and I'm very thankful for you as well.
Yeah.
Sorry about that live debacle.
Oh no.
I forgot where that you always forget those tiny little buttons are. So
tiny buttons.
But it's there.
Well, thank you so much. I think Derek is going to close up the recording and everything, and I'll make sure you give you a nice little break because I know you got a next session coming up.
Dude, CapCut is really cool. I'm super excited for it.
Super excited. I know.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have to sit in on that one because my kids.
Dude, come by.
Okay, I'll see you soon.
It's like iMovie on steroids. It's so easy.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'll see you soon. I want to make sure you get your break.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks, guys.
Okay. All right. Mahalo to Noah for and everyone's participation. We hope you found this session helpful and made some valuable connections. Special thanks again to our sponsors, Sacred Hearts Academy Honolulu and the Augustine Education Foundation for making this conference free for the past 10 years. Please help us complete the survey at iteach808.com so we can continue to receive grant funding. You also receive a certificate of participation after completing the survey and automatically be entered to win one of $10 Target gift cards. If you complete the survey by February 4th, the survey will be sent to an email address that you registered with. Please check your spam folder for any emails from iteach808hawaii@gmail.com. Thank you for being here today. Feel free to join the other sessions coming up. Have a wonderful day.